Once upon a time, in a quiet village surrounded by green hills and a winding river, there lived a young man named Eliot. He was gentle, thoughtful, and always willing to help others. Everyone in the village liked him, not just because he was kind, but because he had a special way of listening. When someone spoke to Eliot, they felt truly heard. Eliot lived alone in a small wooden house near the river. Every morning, he walked by the riverbank, collecting herbs and feeding the birds. He loved the sound of flowing water. It made him feel calm and alive. One cloudy morning, while Eliot was walking as usual, he heard a soft voice calling from behind a rock. "Hello, is someone there?" He turned and saw a man sitting on the ground, holding his leg. His clothes were dirty, and his eyes looked tired, but he smiled as Eliot came closer. "I hurt my ankle," the man said. "I was trying to cross the river, but I slipped. Can you help me?" Eliot nodded gently and offered his hand. "Of course. Let me help you back to my house. You need rest." The man introduced himself as Darius. He said he had been traveling from far away, looking for a place to start a new life. Eliot believed him. He always believed the best in people. For the next few days, Eliot took care of Darius. He shared his food, gave him warm clothes, and even let him sleep in his home. Darius thanked him often, saying, "You're different from others. No one has ever helped me like this." But as time passed, Eliot began to notice small things. Darius often lied little things at first. He said he would help Eliot with chores, but he never did. He promised to return borrowed tools to a neighbor, but forgot. And sometimes, Eliot caught him watching the coins in his drawer with eyes that stayed too long. One night, Eliot woke up to a strange sound. He walked into the kitchen and found Darius going through his things. "What are you doing?" Eliot asked, his voice shaking. Darius looked up, startled. For a moment, his face turned cold, so cold it didn't look like the same man Eliot had helped. But then he smiled, quickly, like putting on a mask. "I was just looking for some water," he said. Eliot didn't say anything, but something inside him began to whisper, "Be careful." The next day, Eliot went to visit the village elder, a wise old woman named Myra. She had known Eliot since he was a boy. He told her everything, how he helped Darius, and how he now felt confused and unsure. Myra listened quietly. Then she said, "Do you know the story of the scorpion and the frog?" Eliot shook his head. She began to speak in a soft, serious voice. Once, a scorpion asked a frog to carry him across a river. The frog was afraid and said, "But if I carry you, you might sting me." The scorpion replied, "Why would I do that? If I sting you, we'll both drown." So the frog believed him. But halfway across the river, the scorpion did sting. As they both began to sink, the frog asked, "Why?" And the scorpion answered, "I didn't want to, but it's in my nature." Eliot sat still for a long time. "But what does that mean?" he asked. "It means," Myra said gently, "some people cannot change, even if they want to or say they want to. Their nature is harmful. If you keep helping them, you will drown too. Eliot walked home in silence. That evening, Darius greeted him cheerfully, as if nothing had happened. "I made tea for you," he said. Eliot looked at him carefully, watching the way he moved, the way he spoke. It was all smooth, too smooth. "Darius," Eliot said, "I think it's time for you to continue your journey." Darius paused, his smile faded. For a moment, his eyes became sharp, almost angry. But then he laughed and said, "Of course, I understand." He packed his things and left before sunset. Eliot stood at the door and watched him disappear down the path. Days turned into weeks. The house felt quieter, safer. Eliot spent more time with his neighbors, and people said he seemed more peaceful again. But he never forgot the lesson. Every time he saw someone new at the village edge, he greeted them kindly, but with open eyes and a wiser heart. One spring afternoon, a little girl in the village came to Eliot with tears in her eyes. "My friend keeps hurting me," she said. "She says sorry, but then she does it again." Eliot bent down and looked into her eyes. "Have you ever heard the story of the scorpion and the frog?" She shook her head, so he told her, and when he finished, she nodded slowly. Sometimes, the kindest thing we can do for ourselves and others is to let go of those who keep choosing to hurt, even when they know better.